Life has a way of testing us. Sometimes it's through unexpected challenges, heartbreaks, failures, or moments where everything we once knew feels like it's slipping away. In those moments, it's easy to feel lost, broken, or stuck. But here's the truth: being broken is not the end. In fact, it can be the perfect beginning. Every setback you've faced, every tear you've cried, and every door that's closed on you has the power to shape a stronger, wiser, and braver version of you. Rebuilding yourself is not about becoming someone completely different. It's about rediscovering who you truly are, the person you were always meant to be before life's noise and negativity clouded your vision. It's about taking the pieces of your past, the lessons you've learned, and using them to construct a future that's more powerful, more focused, and more fulfilling than ever before. This journey isn't easy. It takes courage to face yourself, discipline to change, and patience to grow. But step by step, choice by choice, you can rise from where you are today and create a life that reflects your deepest values and dreams. So today I want you to hear this loud and clear. It's not too late. You are not too old, too broken, or too far gone. The pen is still in your hand, and you can rewrite your story starting now. This is your time to stand up, take control, and rebuild yourself into the person you've always dreamed of becoming. Step 1. Face the truth. Your past doesn't define you. Let's be honest, we've all made mistakes. We've all had moments we wish we could erase, or choices we wish we could take back. But here's the thing. Your past is not your prison. It's your teacher. Too many people get stuck because they keep replaying old failures in their minds, using them as proof that they're not good enough. They start believing that because they messed up before, they're doomed to repeat the same cycle forever. That's simply not true. You have to understand that the past is just a collection of experiences, not a life sentence. Every moment you've lived, whether good or bad, is simply a chapter, not the whole book. You're the author, and you can write new chapters starting today. The only way your past can define you is if you keep giving it power over your present. So how do you break free? Start by owning your story. Don't hide from it. Don't sugarcoat it. Look at it directly and say, yes, this happened. Yes, I made mistakes, but it's not the end of me. When you do that, you take away its control over you. Think of it like this. If you keep driving while looking only in the rearview mirror, you're bound to crash. The road ahead is wide and full of possibilities, but you'll only see it if you shift your focus forward. Your past doesn't decide your worth, your actions today do. And today you have the choice to step into a brand new version of yourself. Step 2, break free from the chains of old habits. When life feels stuck, it's often because we're living on autopilot, repeating the same habits day after day without even thinking. Those habits, whether it's procrastination, negative self-talk, unhealthy routines, or surrounding yourself with toxic influences, can quietly chain you to the same life you've been trying to escape. Rebuilding yourself means breaking those chains one link at a time. That starts with awareness. Take a hard look at your daily routines. What do you do when you wake up? How do you talk to yourself? Who do you spend time with? Every small choice adds up. Either it builds the life you want, or it keeps you in the life you don't want. Here's the secret. You don't have to change everything overnight. Big transformations come from small, consistent shifts. Replace just one bad habit with a better one. If you spend hours scrolling on your phone, trade 15 minutes of that for reading something that inspires you. If you start your day complaining, swap it for one thing you're grateful for. And yes, breaking habits is uncomfortable. Your mind and body will resist at first because they're used to the old pattern. But if you push through that discomfort, something incredible happens. You start to see yourself differently. You start proving to yourself that you're capable of change. Remember, the chains that hold you are only as strong as your decision to keep holding them. The moment you decide you're done, You've already taken the first step toward freedom, and freedom is the foundation of rebuilding the life you truly deserve. Step 3. Forgive yourself and let go of regrets. One of the heaviest weights a person can carry is regret. We replay old choices, overanalyze mistakes, and tell ourselves that if we had acted differently, our lives would be better. But here's the truth. Regret is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't move you forward. You can rock back and forth in the same place for years, but you won't get anywhere until you stand up and walk. Forgiveness is not about pretending nothing happened. It's about releasing yourself from the constant punishment of reliving it. Imagine if your best friend came to you and admitted their mistakes. Would you condemn them forever, or would you eventually tell them, it's okay, learn from it, and keep going? You deserve the same kindness you'd give to someone you care about. The first step to forgiving yourself is to separate your actions from your identity. You may have made bad decisions, but that doesn't mean you are a bad person. Mistakes are behaviors, not definitions. You are not the sum of your failures. You are the sum of your choices moving forward. Write down the things you regret most. Then for each one ask, what did this teach me? How can I use it to make better decisions today? Turning regret into a lesson transforms it from a chain into a stepping stone. Next, make amends where possible. If you hurt someone, reach out with a sincere apology, not to erase the past, but to bring peace to the present. If you can't speak to them, write a letter you never send. The act of expressing your remorse helps you release it. Then, create a personal forgiveness ritual. It could be tearing up the list of regrets, saying a prayer, meditating on self-acceptance, or simply speaking the words, I forgive myself out loud. It might feel awkward at first, but repetition builds belief. Remember, this holding on to regret doesn't protect you from making mistakes again. It only robs you of the energy you need to build a better future. When you forgive yourself, you take that energy back. You start to walk lighter, think clearer, and act braver. Let go, not because the past didn't matter, but because your future matters more. Step 4. Reconnect with your core values. When life feels off track, it's often because we've drifted away from our core values, those deep principles that make us feel most alive and authentic. We get caught up in chasing things society tells us we should want: money, status, approval, and forget what truly matters to us. Rebuilding yourself means coming home to those values and letting them guide every decision you make. Start by asking yourself, when have I felt most proud of who I am? What moments made me feel deeply fulfilled? The answers will point to your values. Maybe it's honesty, kindness, growth, creativity, or service. These are the compass points that keep you moving in the right direction, no matter how the terrain changes. Write your top 5 values on paper and keep them where you can see them daily. When faced with a decision, ask, does this align with my values? If it doesn't, think twice. Living in alignment may mean saying no more often, changing your environment, or walking away from opportunities that don't fit who you are. Be prepared. Living by your values isn't always easy. You might face criticism, lose certain relationships, or pass up shortcuts that others take. But in return, you gain peace of mind, self-respect, and a deep sense of purpose. Surround yourself with people who share or respect your values. The wrong crowd can pull you away from them. The right one will encourage you to live them boldly. Finally, revisit your values regularly. Life changes, and so can your priorities. Staying in touch with your values keeps you from drifting and reminds you why you're rebuilding in the first place. When your actions align with your values, every step forward feels right. You're no longer chasing someone else's definition of success. You're building a life that's truly yours. Step 5. Strengthen your mindset. Turn pain into power. Pain is unavoidable. Whether it's heartbreak, failure, rejection, or loss, life will throw challenges at you. But here's the secret: pain is not just something to survive, it's something you can transform into fuel. The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck often comes down to mindset. When something hurts, you have two choices: let it break you or let it build you. Think of pain like fire. Left uncontrolled, it burns everything down. But if you learn to use it, it becomes energy, warmth, and light. The first step is to stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What can this teach me?" Pain usually has lessons hidden inside, lessons about patience, resilience, boundaries, and self-worth. When you focus on what you can learn instead of what you've lost, you shift from victim to creator. Reframing is key. Instead of saying, "This happened to me," say, "This happened for me." At first, that might sound impossible, especially when the wound is fresh. But over time, you'll see how certain struggles pushed you toward growth you wouldn't have chosen on your own. Build mental strength by challenging negative thoughts. Your mind will try to convince you that because you failed once, you'll fail again, that you're not good enough. When that voice shows up, don't argue with it emotionally. Answer with evidence. "I've overcome challenges before. I'm capable of learning. I'm still here, and that means I'm stronger than I was." Surround yourself with stories of resilience. Read biographies of people who turned hardships into success. Listen to podcasts that inspire growth. Let the voices you hear daily remind you that transformation is possible. Finally, channel your pain into purpose. Some of the most powerful businesses, charities, and creative works in the world were born from personal struggles. If your pain can help someone else, it becomes more than something you endured, it becomes a gift you can give. Your mindset is the steering wheel of your life. Strengthen it, and you can drive anywhere, no matter how rough the road gets. Step 6. Build unshakable self-discipline. If mindset is the steering wheel, self-discipline is the engine. You can have dreams, values, and motivation, but without discipline, nothing moves forward. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it, and it's the foundation of rebuilding yourself. First, understand this. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Missing one workout doesn't ruin your fitness journey, but giving up because you missed one will. The same goes for any goal. Success comes from showing up more times than you quit. Start small. If you try to overhaul your entire life at once, you'll burn out. Choose one or two habits that will have the biggest impact and focus on them. For example, waking up earlier, journaling daily, or exercising 3 times a week. As these become routine, you can add more. Remove temptations that pull you off track. If you're trying to focus on work, put your phone in another room. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. Make the disciplined choice the easiest choice. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This prevents small responsibilities from piling up and creating stress that leads to procrastination. Accountability is powerful here too. Tell a friend your goals or join a group with similar habits. Knowing someone will check in makes you more likely to follow through. Lastly, reward yourself for keeping promises to yourself. Each time you stick to a habit, you're telling your subconscious, "I can trust myself." That trust builds momentum, and momentum builds transformation. Self-discipline is not punishment, it's freedom. It frees you from relying on fleeting motivation and gives you control over your own progress. Build it brick by brick, and your rebuilt life will stand strong no matter the storm. Step 7. Nourish your body to fuel your growth. When you decide to rebuild yourself, your body becomes your most important partner. You can have all the determination in the world, but if your body is exhausted, sluggish, or neglected, your progress will be slower and harder. Nourishing your body isn't about chasing a perfect image or following extreme rules. It's about giving yourself the energy, focus, and resilience to keep moving forward. Think of your body like the foundation of a house. If the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the rest of the structure is, it won't last. The same goes for your life. A strong body supports a strong mind. Start with small, realistic changes. Add more whole foods to your diet, fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Drink more water, especially in the morning, to wake up your system. Reduce processed junk, but don't obsess over perfection. Progress is more important than flawless eating. Movement is another pillar. You don't need a gym membership or hours of training. A brisk 20-minute walk, some stretching, or body weight exercises at home can transform your mood and energy. The key is consistency. Choose activities you enjoy so they don't feel like punishment. Rest is equally important. Many people push themselves without giving their body time to recover. Aim for at least 7 hours of quality sleep. Create a calming bedtime routine, no screens, soft lighting, maybe a few pages of a good book. Your mind and muscles repair themselves while you sleep, so treat rest like part of your training. Listen to your body. If you feel constantly tired, irritable, or foggy, it might be a sign you need better nutrition, hydration, or rest. Make adjustments without guilt. When you take care of your body, you're telling yourself, I am worth the effort. That self-respect fuels every other part of your rebuilding journey. Step 8. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. No matter how strong your willpower is, the people you spend time with will influence your progress for better or worse. If your circle is negative, discouraging, or always complaining, you'll feel drained and less motivated. If your circle is supportive, positive, and focused on growth, you'll feel inspired to keep going. First, take an honest look at your current relationships. After spending time with someone, do you feel lighter or heavier, energized or exhausted? The answer will tell you who fuels your growth and who slows it down. It's okay to set boundaries. You don't have to cut people out completely, but you can limit how much time you spend with those who constantly pull you into negativity. Protect your mental space like it's your most valuable resource, because it is. Seek out people who share your values and goals. Join groups, classes, or communities where growth is celebrated. Surround yourself with people who challenge you in a positive way, who believe in you even when you doubt yourself. Find mentors, people who have already achieved the kind of growth you're aiming for. Learn from their habits, their mistakes, and their mindset. A good mentor can save you years of trial and error. Also, be the kind of person who lifts others up. Support your friends' wins, encourage their efforts, and show up when they need you. Positive relationships are built on mutual respect and generosity. Rebuilding yourself doesn't mean doing it all alone. It means choosing the right people to walk with you, people who make the journey lighter, stronger, and more rewarding. Step 9. Develop unstoppable confidence. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And here's the truth. You don't have to feel confident before you take action. In fact, real confidence comes from taking action before you feel ready. Think about it like this. The first time you tried anything, riding a bike, speaking in public, cooking a new recipe, you probably felt unsure. But the more you practiced, the better you got, and the more your belief in yourself grew. Confidence is the same in every area of life. Start small. Choose challenges that stretch you just a little beyond your comfort zone. When you succeed at those, your confidence muscle gets stronger. Over time, you'll be ready for bigger challenges. One of the fastest ways to build confidence is by keeping promises to yourself. When you say you'll do something, wake up early, finish a project, stick to a workout, and you actually follow through, you prove to yourself that you're reliable. That builds trust in yourself, and self-trust is the root of confidence. Watch your self-talk. Your inner voice has incredible power over how you feel. If you constantly tell yourself you're not enough, you'll start to believe it. Instead, replace negative self-talk with affirmations and evidence from your past successes. I've handled challenges before. I can handle this. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Sometimes others can see our strengths before we see them ourselves. Let their belief fuel you until you can fully own it. Also, take care of your appearance in a way that makes you feel good. This isn't about impressing others. It's about sending yourself the message that you're worth showing up for. Finally, remember that confidence is a lifelong practice. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll doubt yourself. That's normal. The key is to keep moving forward anyway. Every step you take builds the kind of confidence no one can take away from you. Step 10. Learn to adapt and embrace change. If there's one guarantee in life, it's that things will change. Plans will fall apart, opportunities will appear out of nowhere, and challenges will arrive when you least expect them. The people who thrive are not the ones who resist change. They're the ones who adapt quickly. Rebuilding yourself means letting go of the old version of you. That can feel scary because the unknown is uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Everything you want exists outside your comfort zone. Staying the same might feel safe, but it also keeps you stuck. Start by shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing change as a threat, view it as an opportunity for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? This mindset turns challenges into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Learn to be flexible with your goals. The destination can stay the same, but the path may need to change. If one approach isn't working, try another. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up. It means being smart enough to adjust. Practice resilience in small ways. Try a new route to work. Eat something different for breakfast. Take on a project outside your skill set. These small acts of adaptability train your brain to be comfortable with uncertainty. Let go of the need to control everything. Focus on what you can influence: your effort, your attitude, and your actions. When you stop wasting energy fighting what you can't change, you free up that energy to make progress where it counts. Surround yourself with adaptable people. Their calmness during uncertainty can inspire you to stay grounded and open-minded. Most importantly, trust yourself. No matter what changes come, remind yourself that you've handled challenges before and you can handle them again. Adaptability is not just a survival skill. It's the superpower that turns life's twists and turns into your greatest opportunities. Step 11. Master the art of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the bridge between your goals and your results. Without it, even the best intentions fade. With it, you can create lasting change, no matter how big the challenge. Here's the truth. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. It's about making decisions today that your future self will thank you for. First, understand your why. Why do you want to rebuild yourself? Why does it matter? A clear and emotional reason will give you strength on the days when you don't feel motivated. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is what carries you when motivation runs out. Start small. Commit to 1 or 2 habits that align with your bigger goals. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier, exercising for 20 minutes a day, or reading 10 pages of a book. These small acts build momentum, and momentum creates progress. Remove unnecessary temptations. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. If you want to save money, automate your savings so you're not tempted to spend. Willpower is like a battery. The less you drain it with constant temptations, the more energy you'll have for what matters. Plan ahead. Create a daily or weekly schedule so you don't have to decide in the moment what to do. Decision fatigue kills discipline. When your day is already mapped out, you simply follow plan. Track your progress. Whether it's a checklist, a journal, or an app, tracking helps you see how far you've come. It's a reminder that your efforts are paying off. Most importantly, practice self-compassion. You will slip up, everyone does. The key is to get back on track quickly without letting guilt pull you down. Discipline is built over time, not in a single perfect streak. When you master self-discipline, you no longer rely on fleeting motivation. You become consistent, reliable, and unstoppable in your journey of rebuilding yourself. Step 12. Turn setbacks into comebacks. Life will test you. No matter how focused, disciplined, or prepared you are, setbacks will happen: failure, rejection, unexpected challenges. But here's the secret. Setbacks are not the end of the road. They are the turning points that can lead to your greatest breakthroughs. The first step in turning a setback into a comeback is to change how you see it. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That shift moves you from a victim mindset to a growth mindset. Accept the setback without letting it define you. Failure is an event, not your identity. One mistake, one bad week, or even one bad year doesn't mean you're doomed. It just means you're human. Break the setback down. What went wrong? Was it something you could control or something outside your control? This analysis helps you learn and adapt so you don't repeat the same mistake. Stay in motion. The worst thing you can do after a setback is to freeze. Take small steps forward, even if they're tiny. Progress, no matter how slow, keeps your mind from sinking into hopelessness. Draw strength from past comebacks. Think about a time you overcame something hard. Remember how impossible it seemed then, and how you eventually moved past it. That reminder builds confidence for the challenge you're facing now. Surround yourself with supportive people. When you're down, it's easy to isolate yourself, but this is when you need encouragement the most. Let others remind you of your strengths until you can see them again. Finally, use your setback as fuel. Some of the most successful people in history turn their biggest failures into their most powerful motivators. Decide that your setback will be the reason you rise higher, not the reason you quit. When you learn to turn setbacks into comebacks, you stop fearing failure, and that freedom makes you unstoppable. Step 13. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude might sound like a soft, feel-good idea, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools for rebuilding your life. When you train your mind to focus on what's good, even in the middle of challenges, you create a mindset that attracts more good into your life. Here's why gratitude is so powerful. Your brain can't fully focus on stress and gratitude at the same time. When you choose gratitude, you naturally shift away from fear, frustration, and scarcity toward hope, abundance, and possibility. Start small. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be huge. Maybe it's a friend who texted to check on you, a warm cup of coffee, or the fact that you woke up healthy today. The more specific you are, the more real it will feel. Gratitude is not about ignoring problems. It's about refusing to let problems be the only thing you see. When you acknowledge what's still good, you strengthen your resilience and your belief that better days are ahead. Make it a habit to express gratitude to others. Say thank you more often. Write a quick message of appreciation or compliment someone genuinely. Gratitude strengthens relationships, and strong relationships are the backbone of a fulfilling life. When you face setbacks, gratitude can be your anchor. Ask yourself, what can I still be thankful for right now? It might be hard at first, but it's in those moments that gratitude has the most power to shift your perspective. Keep a gratitude journal and read back through it when you're feeling low. It's a reminder that no matter how bad things get, there's always something worth holding on to. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and from that place of contentment, you can rebuild your life with a stronger, calmer, and more hopeful heart. Step 14. Live with purpose. Rebuilding yourself isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful. Purpose is the compass that gives direction to your journey. Without it, you might work hard, but still feel lost. With it, even the hardest work feels worth it. Finding your purpose starts with asking deep questions. What makes me feel alive? What do I want my life to stand for? If I could help solve one problem in the world, what would it be? Your purpose doesn't have to be a grand mission that changes millions of lives. It can be raising a loving family, creating art, helping people in your community, or simply being the kind of person who spreads kindness everywhere you go. Once you have an idea of your purpose, align your daily actions with it. If your purpose is to help others, look for opportunities, big or small, to do that every day. If your purpose is creativity, set aside time to write, paint, design, or build. Purpose without action is just a dream. Living with purpose also means saying no to things that don't fit your values. Every yes to something meaningless is a no to something that matters. Protect your time and energy for the things that truly align with who you want to be. Your purpose may evolve over time. That's okay. Life will give you new experiences, and they might shift your direction. The key is to keep checking in with yourself to make sure your actions still reflect your deepest values. When you live with purpose, you stop chasing happiness, because happiness becomes a natural side effect of a meaningful life. Step 15. Take consistent action every day. Rebuilding yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a daily commitment. The most successful people didn't transform overnight. They showed up every day, made small choices, and kept moving forward, even when progress felt slow or invisible. Consistency is the secret weapon in your rebuild journey. It's not about making giant leaps every day, but about steady, reliable steps that build momentum and create real change. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't see it grow immediately, but with daily watering and care, eventually it becomes strong and flourishing. Start by creating simple routines. Maybe it's waking up early for 10 minutes of reflection, journaling your goals, or doing a quick workout. These small habits, repeated day after day, create a foundation that holds up under pressure. The key is to make these actions manageable so you don't burn out. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Motivation comes and goes like the weather, but discipline and consistency keep you going through storms. On days you don't feel like it, remind yourself that showing up counts more than feeling perfect. Track your progress. Use a calendar, journal, or habit tracker to mark every day you take action. Seeing a chain of success builds pride and a desire to keep going. Missing a day isn't failure. It's just a chance to learn and get back on track. Remember, setbacks and slow progress are normal. Instead of letting frustration stop you, use them as feedback. Adjust your plan if needed, but never give up on the commitment to daily action. Celebrate your small wins. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your self-trust and confidence. These victories stack up over time and become the foundation of a new you. Finally, stay patient and compassionate with yourself. Rebuilding takes time, and the journey isn't always easy. But by committing to consistent action, you're proving that you are worthy of growth and change. Keep moving forward one day at a time. The person you want to become is waiting on the other side of your daily choices. Final words. Rebuilding yourself is a courageous journey, one that requires honesty, patience, and commitment. Remember, it starts with accepting your past, breaking old habits, forgiving yourself, and reconnecting with your true values. From there, building mental strength, self-discipline, nourishing your body, surrounding yourself with supportive people, and learning to adapt will carry you through challenges. Most importantly, take consistent action every day. Celebrate your progress and keep your purpose clear. Your journey won't be perfect, but every small step forward is progress. When you commit to showing up for yourself, no matter what, you unlock the power to transform your life completely. The best version of you is already inside. It's time to rebuild and bring that person to the surface. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss motivational content that can inspire and guide your growth. Join our community where we encourage each other to rise, rebuild, and shine brighter every day. Remember, your story is still being written. Make it one worth telling. Stay motivated keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.